Take a moment right now to notice how you feel, regardless of anything that is going on in your life. Right now, in this moment, you have everything you need. And on your next inhale, go ahead and open your eyes up. And you're going to turn your palms down onto your thighs. On your next inhale, I just want you to squeeze your shoulders back as you let your fingers come up your thighs. Chest moves forward and eyes move forward. And then as you exhale, you're going to round and pull the belly in, and the hands will slide towards the front of your knees, seated cat pose. Inhale, slide the fingers towards the hips. Squeeze the shoulder blades, upper body back bend. Exhale, sliding the fingers towards the knees. Maybe drop the chin towards the chest. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, so starting to wake up the upper back. And exhale, rounding and chin towards chest. Good. Come back to the center. And this time you're just going to move the left hand forward. You're going to slide the right hand back and take a twist. And then you're going to twist to the other side, sliding the right hand forward, left hand back. So we're kind of giving a little bit of a lymph massage to the upper thighs, just a gentle brushing motion, and then twisting around to the left. Good. Come back to the center now and reach your arms up towards the sky. Take an inhale, feel the two sides of the body getting really long. As you exhale, go ahead and grab your elbows, doesn't matter which side, and see if you can move your upper arms back alongside your ears, really opening in the armpit chest area. Good. Take an exhale and send yourself over to the right, taking a nice side bend here. Really reach with those top fingertips as much as you can. Oh yeah, that feels good. And then come back to the center and take it over to the other side. Nice deep bend here, opening up, and then come back to the center. Reach the arms up towards the sky again. We're going to take a deeper twist this time to the right. So right fingertips come behind you, left fingertips come to the front knee. Pull slightly on that front knee and see if you can get a little bit more rotation. Drop the back shoulder down, and then drop your chin towards your chest. And then roll your right ear towards your right shoulder. Good. Chin towards chest. Roll your left ear towards your left shoulder. Good. Come back to the center. Reach both arms up towards the sky again. Get nice and long in the side waist. And then exhale over to the other side. Good. Pulling on this front knee a little bit to increase the twist. Pulling the belly in can help support the lower back here. Drop your chin towards your chest on an exhale. Good. On an inhale, roll your left ear towards your left shoulder. And then exhale. Now, if you're a person who clenches or grinds your teeth, you're going to feel this in your jaw. Other side, right ear towards right shoulder. Hopefully you're not. And exhale. But some of us who were never clenchers before may start clenching now. Stretch your arms up towards the sky. Good. And then exhale, drop the hands down to the thighs. We're going to do that one more time. Rounding the back, chin towards chest. Inhale, pulling the fingers towards the hips, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Exhale. So this is our seated cat-cow. It's starting to warm up the spine in a really safe way. And this is a wonderful one to do in the morning. Then this time we're just going to twist. So you're going to twist to the left, and then you're going to twist to the right. And we're just sliding the fingertips along the thighs, starting to bring some circulation to that area, which will help warm up the pelvis and the quadricep muscles. Take an inhale, reach both arms up towards the sky. And then as you exhale, try to cross the opposite way if you can remember what you did. Pull the upper arms back in line with the ears and pull the chin back as well. If you find yourself jutting your head forward, that's not a great position for your neck. We want to keep our ears in line with the shoulders if possible. Good. Let's take that side bend over to the right now. Maybe sliding the bottom hand out a little bit more and reaching the top fingertips out a little bit more, like you're trying to grab something over there. Nice big inhale and exhale here. Awesome. And then sweep it over to the other side. So even if this is all you did every day, these 5 directions of the spine, but you did it on a consistent basis and with enthusiasm, you would start to see results. Not only that in the way you feel, but in boosting your immunity as well. Last twist, inhale the arms up. And exhale, deep twist over to the right. Inhale, drop the chin towards the chest on the exhale. Good. Inhale, roll the right ear towards the right shoulder. You can sort of wiggle the jaw here if that feels good to you. Chin towards chest again. Take the ear to the other shoulder. Just getting out any crackly bits. Inhale up. And exhale down. Feel the belly pull up under the rib cage. Exhale, drop the chin towards the chest. Good. Inhale. Slide the left ear towards the left shoulder. Good. Move the jaw around if it needs it. Take your chin down, other side. And bring the chin back down again. Good. And then inhale. Last time, arms come up. And bring the palms together in front of the heart. Good. And just for a moment, turn the fingers down for a second. So we're kind of stretching the top of the wrists here. Press the hands in together. Take a nice inhale and exhale out the mouth. Good. Now lean back. Go ahead and stretch your legs out in front of you. Take your hands like little paddles, and we're just going to pat here. So patting up and down, all the way down to the ankles, past the knees, maybe getting into the outer hips. Wake up, wake up, wake up. And then tiger claw fingers right into the muscles around the knees and the kneecap itself, if that feels good. Giving a little massage. Taking the hands to the backs of the knees, you're going to get into that bladder gate meridian and maybe up into the hamstrings, okay? And then today I want you to just slide down off of your perch. And I'm going to adjust my camera. We're going to bring the feet together into Baddha Konasana pose. So this is the soles of the feet together, the knees are wide. And you may find that you need something to support your thighs. If that's you, go ahead and put the blocks under your thighs, or you could use your paper towel rolls or rolled up blanket here as well. Okay, so we've got the soles of the feet pressing together, and then just kind of rock side to side for a moment so you feel your sitting bones really firmly on the mat. Take an inhale here. Once again, lift the chest up. Good. And then fingertips like you were going to play the piano. Just take them in front of you and start to gently move your hands forward. Just a few inches, okay? Just until you start to feel a slight tugging in your lower back. Okay, wherever that is, you're going to pause there. And then go ahead and drop your chin towards your chest. And relax and soften the elbows. We're going to be here for a few breaths. So again, this may be challenging for you, and you may feel better coming up to a full upright sitting position. That's okay. You do what you need to do. For some of you, you may feel better or inclined to bring yourself a little bit more forward with the hands. But wherever you are, I want it to be a sustainable position so we can stay here for a few more breaths. Just feeling that opening of the lower back, right? And then also the glorious opening of the outer hip and the inner groins. And this takes time. Because if this is a deep stretch for you, your body is initially going to go, uh-oh, no, pause. So we have to listen to that contraction of the muscles. But then with the breath, and especially with the exhale, we start to release those muscles. They start to understand that it's safe. Good job. Now you're going to walk your hands back up a little bit. We're going to take our right hand over to our left shin. Then we're going to take the left arm up and over, going into a side bend. So pulling on that shin to create a little bit of tension or counterbalance to the side stretch here. Good. One more breath. And then come on up, and you're going to switch sides. Take the left hand to the shin of the right leg and take the left arm up and over. As you do this, pull your belly gently in, and you feel what that does to the outer hip and the lower back. And you know, if I say something like that and you don't feel it, that's okay too. It just means that I'm tighter than you. But feel what you can feel. This is where we get to know our body, right? This is why we hold the poses for 5 or 6 breaths. Really nice work. And then bring yourself all the way back up and assist your knees to come back to the center. Then let both knees roll to the side, and we're going to come into our hands and knees pose next. So go ahead and set yourself up. I'll give you a moment to do that. If you need a blanket under your knees, go ahead and take that. And it's helpful to have your blocks or your paper towel rolls at the front of your mat now. So when we get to our standing pose, you'll be ready to go. All right, so we're in tabletop pose, as we call it. And our fingers are spread. The index and thumb are pressing down here. And we're going to take an inhale, and we're going to stretch our right knee towards our nose, contracting the belly like you're going to give your knee a kiss. And then on your inhale, you're going to lift your right foot up towards the ceiling and almost feel like you were going to touch your heel to the back of your head. Okay, and then exhale, pulling the knee in again, like you're going to give it a kiss. And then inhale, lift the foot up. Try to go in a straight line, a straight trajectory if you can. Once again, pull the knee in. And inhale, lift the leg up. And then pause there for a moment. See if you can square off your hips a little bit. I know that's weird because you want to be on the right side of your body, but I want you to shift your weight so you're even in between the two sides. Take one more breath here, and then go ahead and lift that right knee out to the side a little bit, and then exhale, pull it back in. Keep lifting the foot up. Lift the right knee to the side, and bring it in. You don't have to go far to feel this. Inhale, lift the right knee to the side, open up that hip, exhale, bring it back down, and then bring the knees together. Good. If you need to come up for a moment, just shake out your wrists. Feel free to do that. Let's do the other side, waking up our hips today. On your exhale, you're going to pull your left knee in towards your nose. On an inhale, leave the foot flexed and almost like you're going to stamp your foot up on the ceiling. Exhale, pull the knee in, pull the belly in for all you're worth. And go ahead and stretch it back up. Let's do one more. We're moving slowly and mindfully here because I want you to really feel this. And stretch it back up. Now try to keep this here. Try to find a center point between the two sides of your body. And then on an inhale, go ahead and lift your left knee to the side like a fire hydrant pose. And exhale, then inwardly rotate it. So we're practicing external rotation as we lift the knee out. And then internal rotation as we move it back in. One more time. Externally rotate and internally rotate. Very good work. Bring your knees together and then just go ahead and widen your knees, untuck your toes, and let's settle the hips back into a child's pose. You can stay up on your forearms if you like, and you could turn your palms up to give your hands a rest. If you have the flexibility to drop your head to your mat, go ahead and take that position. And then as you breathe, feel the tailbone rounding down towards the heels. So letting go of any tension or stress in the hips. Good. Couple more breaths here. Nice work. And then you're going to come on back up. And we're going to go into a puppy dog stretch next. So you're going to tuck your toes behind you. You're going to keep your hips as high as they are now. And walk your hands forward as far as you can. And then drop your forehead down to the mat. Keep the elbows lifted off the floor. And tuck your tailbone down towards your heels a little bit to lengthen your lower back. Keep lifting the belly up and feel the two frontal sides of the rib cage moving towards the center of your body. Take a nice big breath here. Exhale, side out the mouth. Ha. Good. And then walk yourself back to tabletop pose. Ba-dum-ba-dum. Good. On an inhale, you're going to go ahead now and tuck your toes and lift your hips into a downward facing dog position. So if this is a strain on your wrist, just go ahead and walk your hands a little closer to your feet. And you can go ahead and widen your feet a little wider as well. Keep a micro bend in the knees for as long as you need it here. I want you to roll the upper arms away from your ears. Take a couple nice full breaths here. This is an amazing stretch for us. And then start to bend the right knee, but keep the left leg straight. Then bend the left knee, but keep the right leg straight. And go back and forth a couple of times there. Right knee straight, or bent, and left knee bent. Beautiful. Good. And then from here, on your next inhale, bring yourself back to hands and knees pose. And then from here, folks, you're going to stretch your right leg out behind you. You can come up onto your fingertips or your blocks if that helps you. And then as you exhale, you're going to bring that foot in between your hands or your blocks. Okay? So I'm going to take my blocks today on the low setting. And then I just want you to shift your hips forward a little bit and back a couple of times. So I'm not going all the way to runner's stretch here. I'm just warming up that back hip. Okay? Mama needs a lot of warming up. But this is the way we really start to open the joints and get the circulation flowing, the lymph flowing, right? Okay, and then come back halfway and walk your hands up onto your front thigh. You can go ahead and relax that back foot. Now you may find you need padding under that back foot. If that's you, go ahead and take it. Take an inhale and sweep your arms up. Get really, really tall through the side body. And then we're gonna take a twist. You're going to open your arms to the side and you're going to twist to the right. I'm lifting my fingers up towards the ceiling here. Good. Take another breath in, sweep the arms up, look up, lift up, and then exhale, bring the hands back down to the blocks. Good. Go ahead and remove the blocks and bring your hands to the mat. Go ahead and bring yourself either back to tabletop or into plank pose. Take a moment. Feel your core nice and strong. And then knees come to the mat and lower to your belly by bending your elbows. Uncurl your toes here. On an inhale, keeping the fingers close to the armpits, peel your upper body into cobra. Legs are super long here, and I'm rotating towards the pinky toe side of my foot. Exhale, back down you go. Come back to tabletop pose. Walk your hands back a little bit. Tuck the toes, down dog. Hips lift up and back. Take a couple of breaths here. Right away, feel the upper arms rotate away from the ears. Feel the tailbone rounding down towards the heels. Feel your hands ripping the sticky mat forward. On an exhale, come back to tabletop pose. Come up onto your fingertips or hands go to the blocks. Stretch your left leg out behind you. On an exhale, bring that leg in between your two hands. You may have to grab it and encourage it to come forward. That's okay. Then you're going to walk yourself up and come into your first lunge here. Oh wait, we forgot to shift forward. So shifting forward first, just warming up. Now usually we never ever want to have the front knee go in front of the ankle, but if this back knee is on the ground, this is the one position where you can allow that to happen slightly as long as you don't have any pain. or sharp pain in that knee is to be avoided at all costs, right? So come back to the center. Now you're going to walk your hands up. Good. Lift your chest right away. Drop your shoulders and sweep the arms up towards the sky. And you can relax that back foot or keep tucked. That's totally up to you. On an exhale, take your twist. Fingers are pointing up towards the sky. We're twisting to the left. Couple of breaths here. Get really long through the arms. And then on your next inhale, once again, sweep up, look up, lift up, and then bring the hands back down. You're going to bring your knees together. You're going to take a plank pose. Tuck your toes, lift your knees. Core is so strong here. Move the heart in front of the wrists. What? Then bend your knees to the mat, lower down onto your belly. Uncurl your toes, shoulders peel back, cobra. Stretch the frontal belly, outer calves roll down. Good, so good. Exhale. Tabletop, walk your hands back. Tuck your toes, down dog, hips lift up. Remember, if you need to rest, you can rest in child's pose or on your back. Good, nice full breaths here, please. Tucking the tailbone down. Beautiful work. And then on an exhale, once again, come back to tabletop pose. Good. Go ahead and stretch your right leg out behind you. On an exhale, bring that foot in between your hands. Okay, you're going to tuck your back toes now, and you're going to come into a lunge position. So once again, if the floor feels far away, this is where the blocks come really handy. Good. Now, from here, go ahead and drag the back foot forward, come into pyramid pose. So now we have two straight legs. You can widen your stance, okay, and the feet, toes, everything, chest is moving forward. Take a couple of breaths here. Feel the thigh muscles pulling upward. Okay, that's going to protect your knee. Good. If you want to, you can peel the front toes off the mat to get a little bit more juiciness in the hamstrings. I know we worked hamstrings last week, so probably you're feeling very good about your hamstrings right now. Awesome. Now, relax that front foot. You're going to bend the front knee and once again, jump back into your lunge position. Look up, lift up with your chest. Drop your back knee down, uncurl your toes. On an inhale, sweep the arms up. This time we're going to come into cactus or goalpost arms. Feel the chest and the sternum lifting upward towards the sky. Couple of breaths here. Good. And then bringing your hands back down to the mat, come back to tabletop pose, and then you're going to, once again, take a downward facing dog. Remember, you can rest in child's pose. If you need to, you can always rest. 2 more breaths. Feel the breath in each pose. It's so beautiful to notice what it does in the body as you take your inhales and exhales. You can keep a little bend in the knees if your hamstrings don't feel beautiful today. And then we're going to come back down into our tabletop pose. Take a breath here. On an inhale, stretch your left leg back behind you. On an exhale, you're going to bring that left foot forward. Blocks are an option. I love the blocks. Tuck the back toe, lift the back knee, come into a lunge. So first, we're just fine-tuning this lunge. Okay, this front knee is not going past the front ankle anymore. The back leg is super strong. And then on an inhale, I'm going to pull the right foot closer and straighten my knees. Pyramid pose. The feet should be parallel. And if you feel at all wobbly, then you go ahead and move them about hip width distance apart. Okay? See if you can fly your chest forward a little bit. Option to lift the front toes off the mat if that feels good to you. Couple of breaths here. And the hips want to sort of square off a little bit. Good. Now, as you bend your front knee, you're going to hop that back foot back. Boom.
Good. Don't think about it too much. Just do it. And then you're going to go ahead and bend your back knee, relax your back foot, and sweep your arms up, Anjaneyasana. And release into goalpost or cactus position with the arms. Feel the shoulders squeezing together, just like we did at the beginning of class. Good. One more breath. And bringing your hands back down, bring your knees together. Good. So go ahead and take the hands off of the blocks for a moment, interlace your fingers, and just do a little wiggly motion, little figure 8 for the wrists. Good. All right. And then from here, shake it out. We're going to go ahead and bring the hands back to the blocks. You're going to bring your right foot forward again. You're going to tuck your back toes and come into your lunge position. And then on an exhale, folks, bring your feet together and let yourself come into a forward bend. Now, I like the forward bend with the blocks, okay? If you have any disc issues in your back, this is your option, forward fold at 90 degrees, because then your back is in extension instead of flexion. This is going to be safer for your vertebra, and you're still stretching your hamstrings. You're still stretching your back. So one of those two positions. Good, so good. Feel where your weight is on the feet. Feel your thigh muscles lifting up here. That's it. Let your head go. Shake it around a little bit. No and yes. And then let's bend our knees, folks, and come into jockey position. So you're going to bring your hands to your thighs. You're going to lift your chest. Imagine that you're sitting on a horse, all right? That horse is going very, very quickly, so you have to grip with your thighs a little bit and maybe stretch the arms alongside the ears. Good. And then stand all the way up. And exhale, bring your hands down. So we've made it to Tadasana, mountain pose. So congratulate yourself on that and take just a moment to once again close your eyes if you're comfortable doing that. And as you're closing your eyes, feel your feet and see if you can ascertain where your feet are on the mat. Are they parallel? Are they even? And then use your eyes to look down and see. I've been noticing lately that my right foot likes to move forward of my left, even though sometimes in my mind I think they're parallel. One is slightly forward. So go ahead and arrange your feet there. And then take another breath. Let your shoulders drop away from your ears. I'm going to face you so you can see what I'm doing. On an inhale, you're going to sweep the arms up. You're going to grab your right wrist, and you're going to take a side bend to the left. Good. Then you're going to take your left wrist and take a side bend to the left. Then you're going to come back to the center and you're going to swan dive down with bent knees and find your blocks for the floor. On an inhale, you're going to lift up halfway. And on an exhale, you're going to take your forward fold again. And then you're going to come all the way back up to standing, pushing the feet very firmly into the floor. Let's take that again. Inhale, sweep the arms up, grab the left wrist, take a bend to the right. Inhale back up, grab the right wrist, take a bend to the left. Inhale back up, take a swan dive all the way down. You can keep a softness in your knees here. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, round all the way up to standing. Feel the shoulders back and down. One more time. Inhale, lift the arms up, grab the left wrist, bend right. Inhale, up, grab the right wrist, bend left. Inhale, back up, swan dive down, take up space, bend your knees, be soft. And then inhale halfway, and exhale, forward you go. And rolling all the way up. So getting a little bit of a flow happening here now. A little bit different, please. Inhale, this time bring the palms together. Exhale, the hands to the heart. Inhale, fingertips reach up towards the sky. Swan dive down to the floor.
Inhale, come up halfway like we just did. Exhale, bend forward. This time, bend the knees slightly, send the right foot back into a lunge position. On the next inhale, lift your left arm to the sky, moving into a twist. Stay there for one cycle of breath. That's it. Exhale, bring the hand back down. Take another inhale, move your heart forward. On your exhale, bring your feet together, boom, and relax. Take a couple breaths here. Fix your feet. You're looking right at them. Okay, I know you want to close your eyes, but I want you to see what your feet are doing. And then roll on up. Feel those feet firmly pressing into the ground with the arches lifted. Second side, inhale, lift. Exhale, palms to the heart. Inhale, lifting again, look up, upper body back bend, swan dive down. You can bend your knees if you need to. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, bend the knees slightly, send the left foot back into a lunge. Feel the heart move forward. Feel the strength in that back leg. Keep the integrity of that position as you lift the right arm towards the sky. Good. This knee is not going rogue. Keep it together. Keep it together, man. Good. Bring your hand back down as you're ready. Take an inhale. Feel that back foot very strong. That foot's like a spring on the exhale. It pushes forward. And relax your head. Remember, you can always come up to 90-degree angle if the back is at all tight. If you have any disc issues, here's your pose. And then you're going to roll all the way up to standing. Pause here for just a moment. Interlace your fingers behind your tailbone. Roll your shoulders back and down and see if you can straighten your arms. Look up and lift with your sternum for a moment. Just feeling that beautiful opening. Good. And then lift the hands up a little bit and just gently move the twist the torso side to side. Getting rid of all those computer burns. And then release it out and shake out the hands. Good. All right. You doing okay? I'm sensing that you are. So we're going to do another flow here. As soon as I get this hair situated. Here we go. Inhale the arms up. Keep your mind on exactly what you're doing. Exhale, palms to the heart. I'm reminding myself as well as you. Inhale, look up, lift up. And take that swan dive down into your forward fold or forward bend. Inhale halfway, chest flies forward. Extension. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees slightly, send your right leg back into a lunge position. On an exhale, roll the back heel down 90 degrees and come on up to warrior two. There you are. Feel a little bit of bending in that front knee. Test it out. Make sure it's solid. Looking out over the middle finger. On an inhale, go ahead and straighten the front leg. On an exhale, go ahead and bend it. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale. I'm pulling the quadricep muscle up. Exhale. Last one. Inhale, pull it up. Exhale. Warrior two. Inhale, go ahead and straighten that leg. And then reach out with the front arm. And let's take Trikonasana. So that the right hand's going to come down and either support itself on the shin, the floor behind you, or the block. Okay, if you're rounding forward like this, you need a prop. Because we want that extension in the back. Go ahead and we're straightening that front leg, but not locking it, okay? Beautiful work. Take your top hand down, turn it backwards, and slide it along your lower back for a moment. See if you can open your chest a little bit more. Good. Beautiful. Now bend your front knee a little bit. And if you're doing this with blocks, you're going to take blocks on either side of the front foot as it bends. If you're using your hands, you're going to take your fingertips to the floor. You're going to hop that back foot forward And then you're gonna go ahead and lift it up. But we're lifting it up with a turned out external rotation in the hip. Walk your hands a little bit more forward. This is a prep for Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. You can stay right here, or if you're feeling pretty secure, start to lift the right fingertips off the floor and up towards the sky. Couple of breaths here. Bottom knee can have a slight micro bend in it. Feel the chest lift forward, and then bring the hand back down to the floor, and go ahead and bring your feet back together. Take your feet as wide as your mat for a moment, and bend your knees a little bit, and just rock side to side. Just bend one knee and then the other slightly. Good. And then bend both knees and roll on up. Come back to standing and bring the feet closer together. Tadasana, mountain pose. Fix your feet. There we go. Find that Tadasana. Second side. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, palms come to the heart. Good. Inhale, stretch the fingertips up, and then take your swan dive down. Inhale, you're going to really move the chest forward and extend the spine. Exhale, hands come to the blocks or the floor. Next, inhale, left foot this time. Take courage to take a wide stance here. Roll that back heel down. Feel the outer edge of the foot connect to the floor. And then have your blocks handy if you know you're going to need them. Come on up. Find your way up. Use your back muscles. Use your core. Here we are in Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2 position. On an inhale, straighten your front leg. On an exhale, go ahead and bend. But the knee doesn't go past the front ankle, so make sure you keep track of that. Inhale. Exhale, bending. And one more for good luck. And exhale, bending. Good job. Coming back to a straight leg position, Trikonasana, triangle pose. Okay, so you can hover. You can bring fingertips to the ground, but only if that doesn't make you round forward. If you're feeling any rounding, please take the block. You want to feel this right thigh rolling under. Front knee has a slight softness to it, but we are lifting the right thigh. Oh my goodness. Opening, opening, opening. Maybe you can look forward with the eyes and move the chest forward. Breathing here. This is an amazing awakening, right? Oh, then you're going to bring your hand back to the other block as you bend your front knee. You're going to hop back foot forward as you walk your blocks forward, and you're going to lift that back leg. Now, please don't let the leg go behind you. Keep it in line with your pelvis. Find that external rotation. Walk your blocks a little more forward. If you like, you can stay right here. This is a beautiful pose. Or lift your left hand to the left hip and start to rotate the upper body. Maybe the left hand reaches towards the sky. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. Breathe. Highest anti-anxiety pose in yoga. Breathe. When you need to come down, please feel free. Good. And then bring your hands to your blocks or the floor. Just let your leg float on down. Widen your feet, please, as wide as your mat. And just bend one knee and then the other, shifting the hips from side to side. Good. And then pausing in the middle with knees bent, go ahead and roll on up. And walk your feet back together. Good. All righty. Well, I am warm now. I hope you are warm as well. Oh my gosh, I can't believe what time it is. I have one more standing pose I want to do with you. And this should feel good after what we just did. So just face the other way on your mat. You don't need blocks or anything. You're just going to take a wide stance here. But do look down and make sure, again, that the feet are in alignment, as if you were on a balance beam. Okay? Good. Take a nice breath.
As you exhale, you're gonna come forward and bring your hands to the floor. Now you may need your blocks here. I shouldn't have said no blocks because maybe you do need them here, but probably most of you can get your hands here. Good. Now you're gonna walk your right hand under your face. You're gonna let your hips shift slightly to the right. And you're gonna lift your left arm up to the ceiling. Take a breath there. And then go ahead and bend into your left knee a little bit. You're gonna get a nice stretch in your adductor muscles, those inner thigh muscles. Good. And then straighten the left leg. Go ahead and put the left hand on the floor. Let the hip shift slightly to the right and lift the right arm up. So first we have a twist. Thigh muscles are lifting, and then go ahead and bend the left knee. You got it. One more breath here. Beautiful, beautiful. And then come back to the center, bring the hands down, and just let your forehead come to the floor. Maybe you come onto the forearms. Maybe you bend the knees. All of these are acceptable, and for some of us, absolutely necessary modifications. Let your head go. Oh. You may be able to stretch your arms out to the side. Good for you. Take that version. Feel the arches lifting. Feel the thigh muscles lifting. Ha breath. Ha. And then bend your knees again. Sweep your arms forward and watch your feet as they heel toe together. Not as wide as your hips, a little wider than your hips, toes pointing outwards. Bend your knees and come into Malasana squat. And you may have to shift around till you find the space that's right for you. Those of you who know that this is not good for you, you're just going to sit on the ground with your feet in front of you in this position, like this. Okay? The rest of you, we're in a Malasana squat. Couple breaths here. I'm pressing into my inner thighs with my elbows. My elbows are pressing back. And then once again, find that gaze towards the front of your mat. See if you can soften the muscles of your face here. Beautiful work. Bring your hands back down and let yourself settle onto your bum. And then you're going to, again, come to Baddha Konasana. So we've just done a full circle, rock side to side. Pull the feet a little bit closer because you're warmer. Let your fingers come forward and let your chin round towards your chest. Let your upper body move towards your feet. Take a few breaths here. So you've just been on a journey from the last time you did this pose. Notice what's changed. Maybe you can go a little further. Maybe you can and you don't want to. That's cool too. Executive decision to change your mind. Let everything relax in your face, including your eyes, your tongue, the skin of your ears and the ear canals. Good. And then walking back on up, we're going to go ahead and we're going to stretch the right leg out to the side, and we're going to pull the left foot, closer to the pubic bone, okay? So ideally, the sole of the foot is now facing up towards the ceiling. Go ahead and flex that other foot. Take a breath. You can also pad this knee if you need to. On an inhale, you're going to slide your right hand towards your foot. On an exhale, you're going to pull it back. This is reminiscent of what we did at the beginning of class. We're encouraging the lower back to release here. And come on up. This time, slide as far as you can and pause there. You're going to bend the right elbow. Then you're going to reach the left arm up towards the sky, turn the palm towards your foot, and start to reach towards the foot. Inhale, lift up, look up. Exhale, reach towards the foot. This time, look with your eyes at your toes. Inhale, look up, lift up. And exhale, reaching towards the foot. Pause there for one breath, please. Good. And then just let that arm float to the ground, come all the way up. You're going to go ahead and release now the left foot out and bend the right knee. Is that right? No. Yes. I have to, yeah. Takes me a second. Okay, here we are. I have to get the upholstery out of the way there. And then we're going to slide our hands towards the foot. And inhale, slide back. So this is nice flowing motion, encourages the muscles to let go a little bit. And this time you're going to pause, reach the hand towards the foot as much as you can. Go ahead and bend the left elbow. This allows us to start to turn the rib cage, heart, lungs a little bit towards the sky. Then you're going to reach up with your right arm, look up, and then as you exhale, those fingers are going to move towards the toes. Good. Inhale, look up, and exhale. One more time. Inhale up, and exhale. Pause here, please. Take a breath. So good. And then let the hand just fall down and bring yourself up. Good. Now, take your left hand under your left knee, bend it, and see if you can bring the left foot over to the other side of your bottom leg. You may find that this left hip comes off the floor a little bit, and if it helps you feel better, you can pat it, or you can just kind of let it hover and use your exhale to relax it down. Interlace your fingers in front of your front shin. Drop your shoulders away from your ears. Take a couple of breaths here. Feeling really rooted into the mat. And then you're going to leave your right hand on the front knee, and you're just going to sweep the left fingertips behind you to take a twist. And this may feel similar to what we did earlier in the class when we were in seated, but the legs are much fancier. Gomukhasana pose. Couple of breaths here. You can do anything you like with the neck and shoulders, just don't tense them up. But if you want to move the head around a couple of times, that might feel good. Good. And then release yourself back to the front, and you're going to let go of that leg. Stretch it out for a minute, give it a little shake, right? Good. And then bend that knee and just switch sides. Right leg stretches out for a moment. I want you to have an opportunity to clear that knee out for a moment. You can massage it if you need to. And then you're going to bend the knee. You can help with your hand and swoop it over to the outside of the left thigh. And any adjustments, you want this hip to drop down, okay? My left hip's always very stiff, so it's harder for me on this side, but I'm going to use my exhale to try to relax those muscles. Interlace the fingers in front of the front shin. There's only one shin in front, so that's the one you want. And breathe here. Very, very good. When you're ready, you're going to take the twist. So again, pulling this knee towards you. And if this is too intense, you could go back to Sukhasana, easy cross-legged like we did in the beginning. But if this feels like something you might be able to try, go for it. You know, we want to continue to expose our body and our minds and our breath to different poses. There's thousands of poses in yoga. Not all of them are appropriate, but for me, I should say. But I like to give you a variety. Anything you want to do with the head, maybe look up, maybe look down, move the jaw around. And then you're going to come back to the center, and you're going to take this top leg and unfurl it again. Good. And then we're going to just switcheroo and come onto our backs now. So you're just going to lie down on your back. And once you get there and you're comfortable, you're going to go ahead and pull your knees into your chest. And once you get your knees into your chest, you're going to go ahead and start to circle the knees, massaging the lower back. That should feel good. Just a couple of circles to the right, and then you're going to reverse it, and a couple of circles to the left.
Good. And then from here, you're going to go ahead and stretch both legs up towards the sky and see if you can keep the inner edges of your feet together. Bring your arms alongside your body. Flex your toes towards your shins. On an inhale, reach your arms up alongside your ears. Good. On an exhale, you're going to go ahead and lower your legs and lower your arms, not all the way to the floor. Inhale, lift the legs back up, almost as if there was a string connecting your toes to your fingers. Exhale down. Inhale back up again. Using my core, what's left of it, exhale down. Let's do one more. Inhale up and exhale down. This time I want you to pause right here, sort of a modified boat pose. Good. And then gently lower limbs to the floor. Very good. Turn your right palm up. Tuck your right shoulder under. Turn your left palm up. Tuck your left shoulder under. Let your legs separate a little bit and just flop open. Take a nice full breath in and a full breath out. We are in Shavasana, final relaxation pose. You have done an amazing practice. 1 full hour of Abhyasa, concerted effort with energy and enthusiasm. And now we'll just lie here for a few minutes and reap the beautiful rewards of our practice. I will bring you out of it with the sound of a chime. Please start to deepen your breath. Gently start to move fingers and toes and circle wrists and ankles. As you're ready, take a nice stretch like a full body
stretch in the morning, inhaling fully and exhaling loudly out the mouth. When you're ready, bend your knees and roll to the side. Take as much time as you need there. Pause there. When you're ready, come on up. Join me in a seated position. We'll bring our hands together in front of our heart. And we'll close our practice with a single chant of Om. Relax and fill the lungs. Thank you so much for joining me again. Wish you peace and radiant health. And thank you so much for your support and your donations. It really means the world to me and helps keep us going. Namaste.